Alright.
Yay!
Okay, we'll probably be able to adjust the volume settings later. Alright, how are things coming through on your end, Molly?
Hold on. You could probably stand to crank the in-game audio up on the OBS client.
Okay. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit. For me there. Okay, cranked it up a little bit on the OBS client. And now the music is at about half of... I'm distrustful because it's supposed to be... It feels like it's supposed to be calm, quiet, and subtle. And not particularly, loud, obnoxious, or in your face. I need a sound guy. We need a sound guy. Someone to just sit in back and twiddle knobs and make everything sound nice.
I sit back and twiddle my knob.
One's on like a board, Molly. You're not flat as a board.
Okay, fair, you got me. Also, I just thought, hey, what if I just turned your sound off in Discord, so then I don't have your voice doubling up, and I can check the audio here?
That's an option.
Sounds pretty fucking good to me.
Alright. Apply, go back. I think that makes us just about ready to start.
I need to close my window because fucking neighbors are doing something. Can't believe they're doing something with machinery at a reasonable time of the day. Fucking ridiculous.
It's the worst. Alright, welcome everybody to Chicken Police, a point-and-click adventure game about being noir detectives, I guess, and not police. Judging by the look of this office. I hear also that this game is actually finished, unlike the last furry noir detective adventure that we went through. So that should be a nice time. A nice change
Wait,
of pace.
did the devs actually confirm that the other one was unfinished?
No, they didn't. I'm still harping on about the fact that it definitely needed a lot more work before it was, like, ready to be a good game. I know a lot of people loved Backbone. A lot of people were really happy with it. I still think it needed transitions for when something happened, so it didn't just kind of snap into place, jerk your camera over, and leave you to fill in the blank of what actually happened based on vague dialogue.
Yeah.
Because like half of the time we had something happen in the world, like based on time passing or whatever, it was like, oh no, there's something happening. And you're like, whoa! Oh, okay, I get it. These two small children have opened the door and are now watching us. We could have used like a half to a 2 second to pan over the camera and see the door open so that we know this is what's happening. Stuff like that. So think we're just about ready to start here. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. And even though that's text on screen, we get subtitles for
I
it.
ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that.
We're a little bit,
The most colorful place in
on the
wilderness.
highway for buying a pack of
For all
smokes.
the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray, too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over.
This guy's definitely gonna bite it before the end. Okay. And I stand corrected,
What
we
could
are actual
possibly
police.
go
Lame.
wrong?
ACAB, all chickens are bastards.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes. Older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Let's click on everything but her first. I like how they've animated the dial on the rotary phone. It's a nice touch.
I don't even
Speaking
know
of
what
phones,
these
I got a fucking
papers
text
are.
message about something.
Fuck. No text
Better be
messages.
good.
Not allowed.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Ooh. My
My
last cigarette.
cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
Oh boy.
That sounds threatening.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
Alright, in my inventory.
Oh man, I totally get you. I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now.
Chicken!
Ironic, but Ever since I've been on furlough.
Hi,
with only
Marlon.
my fake badge sitting in my
How's the
cabinet,
face?
I feel more like a cop than I ever
Does
had
it
before.
feel like a new face?
More like a Clawville cop, anyway. Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever. The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
Wow, this guy's really positive.
Oh, I'm sorry,
This
Merlin.
is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me. And took our daughter.
No. Molly, please tell me you're not gonna leave me and are actually a weird bird with arms.
Well, I mean, by English slang, I am a bird, and I do have arms.
Fuck.
The good
But I've
things
got no
in
intention
life
of
don't
leaving.
last long.
Okay, whew,
The
alright.
best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes. M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants. We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days.
God, now I
Of
want to
course,
draw a whole
Marty,
bunch
my
of
old partner, would
fucking muscular
disagree.
birds.
He just loved the spotlight.
Ah, I've turned the lights on. How lovely.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here, whether I like it or not.
I'm gonna
Behind
have to
that
pull up
door
Twitch on my
lies
phone
the
because
kingdom of
my bowels
dirty
have just decided to
clothes,
activate it.
cigarette butts,
I see.
and empty bottles.
Birds can have
Yeah,
a
you know
little
what it's-
arms. One arm maximum per bird, Merlin.
A single arm.
One arm.
Well, I mean,
Every
to be
whiskey
fair, the
has the
arm,
same
if
color
it's an
nowadays,
Australian bird, that
at least in this price
arm
range.
is probably from someone they ripped it off.
Alright, time to talk to the gazelle.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment?
Hey, it's New Year's Eve.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Are Australians even allowed to flip the bird?
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe...
Don't y'all have
someone
your
sharing.
own unique national rude gesture like every other nation?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Huh. Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
The Notebook. The Notebook is the detective's best friend. Here you gather vital information about the case, the suspects, or the victims. and the locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or pictures in your notebook to read the translated version in your language. Deborah. She runs errands for her employer. A sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. She's an Impala. The Chicken Police is a famous detective duo. Yeah, these are actually working pretty well, the designs for these characters so far. Famous detectives Santiano Sonny Featherland and Marty McChicken gained fame through a case the press called the Bloody New Year's Eve, and it's New Year's Eve again, interestingly. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There's a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They have published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of public interest, as did the Chicken Police itself. Clawville's been an independent city-state for more than 900 years. During the city's foundation, 4 nations had joined forces, represented by the 4 animal figures and the 4 hands on the crest of Clawville. In reality, the tribal alliance of the reptiles and the great insect clans had also played an essential part in the city's founding, but they never got to be represented on the crest. This gave birth to a political and cultural antagonism between the species. Clawville preserved its political autonomy and the dream that it's the only state in the wilderness where predator and prey of any race can live in peace, hence the name, the City of 1,000 Colors. All of them gray. Hi, Blur! Three gods are revered in most places across the wilderness. They're the Great Wild Ones, who make up the Holy Trinity of creation, destruction, and silence. Hariti is the goddess of creation, Tapi is the lord of destruction, and Unkvatiti, I really hope I'm getting that right, but I'm not sure, honestly. There's a lot of consonants and not many vowels, is the genderless ghost of silence and nothingness, keeping the balance between creation and destruction in their never-ending conflict. Hotel Atlas. This used to be a nice place. Now we're competing who gets swallowed by the decay first. The hotel's winning, but honestly, I'm not that far behind.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
New function. Question. Tell me about questioning. Victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats, all of them written. Deborah. Question. Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the subject. Every impression adds a new question line. So many options. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay?
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Impressions. Shy.
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more.
Furry artist in the
This
making.
means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, Can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
But one of the messages was written on the house, and I'd like to know where the house is, to know who can get access to it, and shit like
Fair
that.
point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
You're right though, Merlin. This sketch is pretty cute.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message
I
in
survived.
itself, for sure. But to be honest,
Welcome back.
even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
We are cross-examining the witnesses.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha
Cat.
is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
How's the stream quality, everybody? I'm getting a couple notifications, I don't know how old, of stream quality type of things.
I don't know what you mean.
What, like of frames being dropped? Because when I was watching from my phone, audio was coming through perfectly fine.
Of
But
course
things
you
weren't
do, Deborah.
really moving.
Thank you, by the way. We're
Oh,
finally
that's
getting
fine.
somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable
Well, I am reliable.
and discreet
That's right.
and thorough
No question about that.
and has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Hook, do you think you're cut out for this kind of work, or are you in some sort of jam?
In some sort of jam. Let's
Are
not
you
be
in
condescending.
some sort of
Alright.
jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Chicken
Yeah.
instincts. Peck
I
at
have
ground.
no other choice,
Peck at
right?
other things.
To be honest, no, Mr. Sutherland. Not really.
Hi, Goffy!
Have you ever
Hi,
felt truly
Gothy.
vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe. A little.
The only
He's
real,
got fucking
the
strings.
only real relationship in a noir in a noir piece of fiction. A detective and his whiskey.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You
I'm
have a
sure
way
you
with
actually did.
words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Good.
Smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
The big hoe wrestler.
Ibn Wessler. the
Never mind.
Kingpin.
I was so close.
exactly.
Is that a rat or a possum?
Feathery gods, help me.
Yes.
So you get it
A
now.
rossum.
The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
We did it.
Hell yeah.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman.
I know
And-
Molly very
Oh,
well.
thanks.
Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Worth noting, for those of you who have just arrived, that Molly is not Hook in this case, but is apparently the divorced wife of the protagonist.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the
Well, I mean, why do you think I divorced him? He's a huge cock.
A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs.
Maned Wolf
Why
Molly,
Molly?
even.
Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail.
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Czar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
Hi, Juniper. How's it
It was
going?
a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Oh boy, rabbit. Let's see. Lewis is a rabbit who is an old friend and stutters heavily. And owns the Atlas Hotel. I can call him up on the phone. Hobart Ibn Wessler is a rat and not a possum. Darn. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville, real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. And that's only the half of what I've heard about him. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld.
Thank you again, Mr. Sonny.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Darn. Rats. Okay. So let's see. Lewis's number is 555932. Ah, thanks.
That's my opinion.
That was Hook burping and not anyone
Hey,
on the
Lewis.
other
Am
side
I
of the
bothering
phone.
you?
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place. Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you
Rabbit.
drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Alright, main scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you are a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move on to the next main scene. Closed scenes cannot be reached for the time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent.
I'm glad Junie thinks my opinion is valid.
Clawville PD is the only place we can go.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles, to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime,
In addition to everything,
the
he's a
proud
peeping
city
Tom.
of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already
Molly
gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Chapter 1. Detour.
The tower.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived.
Think,
the night the press
McChicken.
called
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Perhaps, the bullet hole through his comb. Oh boy. Street urchins.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny. What you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Well, that's good to know.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it. You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that. Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
What a helpful pair of gentlemen.
This happened when
They're
that old
English, what do you
bloodhound
expect?
Blood Boil was promoted to chief of police.
So either the current chief of police shot up the building, or someone was not happy.
Did you miss me? No? Same here. Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Yeah.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back, immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief. Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement. Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be sick. Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the
All
beating
roosters are
heart of the
cocks.
PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
What a nice
Mort
lady.
Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time? Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
Lizard.
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and
Morty!
someone got knocked on the head
Morty!
with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Morty, you gotta get arrested. Distract the police from my antics. Morty, I really need you. I really need you to do this, Morty.
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Yeah, Tanuki. You might notice there's kind of a lack of shovelware games out on consoles recently, and like PC and stuff. And in truth, you might think that's because companies have given up on shovelware and stuff, and this is in fact not shovelware. But actually, most of it is coming out on phones, so the stuff that comes out on PC actually is kind of good.
Where's your little lapdog?
I
to
don't
get
know
you
if
out
I
of
was
this
going
mess?
anywhere with that.
Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. Do you understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort.
What are you
I'm
talking
fine.
about, Tanuki? They did.
Anyway,
They
if
did bring
Bubo
Ratatouille to
prescribed you
PC.
something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Hook, are you confusing Kingdom Hearts with all of Ratatouille?
Please.
No, no, I'm not.
Okay? I really
I'm
don't have
absolutely
time for
not.
this
See, they
buffalo
brought.
shit.
What? Oh, you motherfucker! Hold on a second.
Hey,
Hold on a
careful
second. Let
with
me
that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
fucking copy that again.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon. Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog.
See? See?
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged.
I love you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a
I could
lizard
go for
comes
sniffing
flying
a
out the
rundown
window.
joint.
I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite.
The emphasis
Wasn't trying
on
to mess with
121
You have
days
Moses
is
and Plato for
it's
that. And of
supposed to be a
course,
joke
blood
based on
boil.
like
Let's
I
hope
was
won't
5
run
days
into
from
any of them
retirement,
tonight.
right?
I'm really feeling like that's the
Looking
case.
for Marty, eh? Ever since
Or
you
they're
left, he's
playing it
kinda
exactly
lost.
straight
He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
to set up the,
Well, I
oh
don't think
god.
we'll have a teary reunion.
Why does this shit have
thinking
to
about how
happen
we
this
parted.
close to me being just fucking done with everything?
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage.
Because so far
He'll
this
be the
seems to be a
same
fairly
after that.
played straight
Anyway.
noir fiction.
He was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
Oh fuck.
It's not that simple, Bosco. But we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
Barkman or Jardine?
One
Oh.
of Blood Boyle's favorites. Mainly because he's a dog, of course.
We can't talk to either of them.
Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here. I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malloy, or any of my ex-colleagues from the Predatory Division.
Yeah, what happened?
Sorry, I keep looking back at my stats here, and they keep getting worse.
This is
Things
gonna
aren't
be a
going
hard
good.
Ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his
I'm
hand.
slowly
and
adjusting
I
things to
was
see if I can
bleeding.
actually fix it.
I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth
Your
a try.
stats? Oh, you mean like frame drops?
Frame drops and stuff.
Oh no!
Nobody's complained about it yet, but
Long
you know.
thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it.
This is definitely like one of those anime girls that people would see a little bit of curve and go, thick.
Oh, she thick!
Hey you, if you let the ammunition boxes open again, I'll kick your clucking ass, Marty.
Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha 2, because there was one
Oh,
before.
they have been pretty bad,
a
apparently.
sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week. But once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored.
I don't know if there's anything I could do to fix this, unfortunately. Because it seems like it's happening on my end. And I'm literally only running this game, Discord, and Streamlabs. I wonder... turn off the film grain. We'll see if that saves.
I believe this piece is
Probably
forbidden.
won't.
Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained.
Frick.
Okay, delay for chat I'm willing to blame on the fact that Hook is in Australia.
Claudia, tiny,
And I think some of the rest of you
dark,
are
and
too.
angry, and hits you where it hurts the most.
Or at least in the regions near Australia.
I know her well. Marty calls her Susie, and I have to say, this little she-devil pulled us out of many tough situations over the years.
I was just about to go when you came in, so
You-
if you want shooting practice,
Ended up
maybe
getting
turn on the
a
lights first.
new router
You're
like
right.
a couple of
I'm
years
gonna
back,
do
didn't you?
that.
I did, yeah. It's fairly
Maybe it's
fresh.
just- Maybe it's just Comcast, because I'm still using a stock one from my, whatchamacallit,
I don't have
I'm still-
Comcast. I have Cox. But also, ew, Streamlabs. So probably swapping over, completing the transition over to OBS might help there because Streamlabs is in fact, Garbo. And
Yeah,
you're gunning
no, I've been
enemies and
meaning
avoid
to-
shooting the hostages.
You shot a lady!
I did! Hooray! Haha! Violence! Yes! Murder!
All I can imagine is the fucking Simpsons episode where Marge joins the police force. You missed the baby, you missed the blind man.
Oh, I see. Every time I succeed, I get a little bit more time. Achievement unlocked. Sharpshooter. Yeah, that's... I'm not here for the minigames. Despite everything. Alright, Morty.
Hey, Marty.
Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. What, are you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, that's a start.
I really appreciate everybody sticking around despite all the trouble.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough,
Oh yeah,
I'll shoot all the ammo in
try
here out of
cutting
boredom.
streaming to me and
Right,
see
so
if that picks up
tell me.
frames.
Alright, done.
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your...
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's
Did it fix
what
it?
I want to hear.
I was about to open my mouth and it swapped from green to red to yellow to red.
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
Nope, I think
drink
swapping away
coffee?
from Streamlabs is gonna be the thing to
my
do
only poison.
to fix
Except
this.
for guns, of course. And women.
And you know, actual poison.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a
Racist.
reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Classist.
Yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Yeesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
The chief doesn't seem to be in a good mood, but he never is, actually.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, 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 careful with the racist barking, old
It
hound.
does seem like, the frame's stabilized a bit.
Oh,
Just a little bit. It still goes back to yellow every once in a while on my little indicator,
It's New
but
Year's after all.
And you're on duty?
Wouldn't-
If I'm not mistaken, Martin.
wouldn't be
Where
an
do you think you're
anthropomorphic
going?
animal game if it didn't have thinly veiled allegory for racism.
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You
Got 'em.
especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Dr. Bubo. Morphinus, neurotic and ugly. Zip H. Murphy. An old enemy who became a good friend over the years. Moses is a Tibetan sand fox, and Plato a palace cat, which I think is a sand cat. They're old rivals of Sonny and Marty, currently working at the Clawville PD's homicide division. If only they weren't cops.
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first, and it would be nice to say goodbye to Monica, too.
Okay, we just talked to the chief, so we'll talk to Monica here.
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves.
Zoops 24/7.
Mostly.
Yeah, where where Judy Clucks goes from the farm to the city to become a cop, and meets the wily, sly Nick Rooster, Nick Crow.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Let's go get a dog at the Hop
The
Dog.
hot dog was like the last warning.
Look
You
at
can
that.
still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
We don't serve bugs here.
Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler District are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is
I'm
the
turning a
lesser
blind
evil.
eye to racism,
What's
says the
worse
cop.
is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Wait, what? Why?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the Hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have
Also,
no
what is
idea
it with
how this
every,
insect
like,
matter can be
furry
solved.
detective game or furry noir game being like, oh yeah, they're eating people.
They're eating people. It's new and original because animals have a food chain.
I do.
And
We just
me
open the
sitting
ghettos
here
and
as
let
a
the insects
fucking,
live among us like they did for centuries.
avid and livid vor furry, I'm like,
That's the opposite of a problem.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be. Hey, pal. Can you hear me?
I guess he doesn't have ears.
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
Alright, time to go in.
The place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yeah, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking.
Caston Mavis, the new star of rock and roll, is a pigeon. Almost ham and tomato, toasted sandwich with synthetic meat, quasi meat and cheese, toasted sandwich with synthetic meat, all but bacon and chocolate, toasted sandwich with synthetic meat, all for foul pancakes, pancake with hemp seed chocolate and black onions, touche souffle, peanut souffle with synthetic meat, smellin' souffle, peanut souffle with parched vegetables. The rest of the menu
You
is
still
similar.
don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
You would eat meat because
I
you are a
don't mean
dinosaur.
real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
Also, chickens are omnivorous.
Chickens are actually dinosaurs.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Ah, it's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That
I
depends.
don't know much.
How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years, anyway.
And?
But now, he left his real
I
estate,
didn't pick up
the
on
fish
that.
racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out. Brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this.
I wouldn't
Weird,
be
huh?
surprised.
Yeah, weird.
I would not be surprised
You
at
think it's
all
about
if it's
a
Soylent
lady?
Green.
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. We can ask Zip about the Czar Club, the hot dog, Hobart, Ibn Wessler, or Nachat. Let's see.
So, about
Let's
that
ask
woman.
her about the
Is she
cat.
really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, eh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That Ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball. So, Ibben's gone insane.
Ibben.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why? You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
Wow, rude. Okay. Not all cops are pigs. I think I gotta not touch this jukebox after a title like that.
Ooh.
Okay. I think it's time to move on from. We've talked to him about everything. I think it's time to move on. Hook, do you think I should head back to the Hotel Atlas?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll see if there's anything there.
My condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is lavender?
Ah, that. Now that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too. An impala, maybe?
Furry hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club.
Hi, Cody.
We gotta find out who
Hi,
this Natasha
Cody.
is
Hope it's
and
going
what
well.
she wants from us. I mean, what she really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sure, just do it quietly.
When was the last time I was here?
I don't know. Years ago. When Molly left.
Whew, that was a wild night.
Yeah.
You know, Sonny, you can call me. Not just when you want to investigate some shady case from a shady dame and you need a big meat shield to cover your ass.
Times have changed, Marty.
You can call me, he says immediately after
Alright,
the
Buster.
last thing Sonny had
Whatever
to
you
say about
say.
him was, the last time we were together, he fucking shot me with a gun. Okay, there's probably not anything else new here. Time to move on.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by
No,
neon
I don't
signs and
think
billboards.
that was
Like
a gay
half-drunk
joke,
lovers
Cody,
on a
because
fine leather
fairy
sofa.
is used
Great
in
old
response,
houses neighbored by
is used for
garish
gay men.
modern blocks. A place that makes the
Nah,
head hurt.
I think that was more of a, surely this woman isn't real and is in fact
A
mythological.
blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this.
Also,
I hope we were too
coincidentally,
late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with
that's
this bird
why
mountain by my
fairy
side.
penguins in Australia aren't called fairy penguins anymore.
Oh, hey, look.
So
It's our
this
rabbit
is
friend
the
over here.
famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird. Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Wild new show tonight. My city is on fire. With the baboon.
Honestly, I think
we
these
saw on the
types of
poster
women
earlier
only
that
see
it didn't-
faceless tuxedos, cufflinks,
Not on
and
the poster, it was
wallets.
on the,
And in
um,
the mirror,
it was
they're
on the
just
jukebox.
brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Alright, let's talk to the rabbit.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
In the most colorful club of the most colorful city, my city is on fire. Brand new hit from the Queen of the Night.
You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering. Like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
I still think that
scales, or
Spy
dermal
Fox
armor,
is probably
a
the best
lady's a
furry
lady, my
detective
friend.
game so far.
Thank the wild gods for
Yeah, you're probably right.
self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
Bright, colorful, full of puns.
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle
Also, I
was
wanna
a
fuck the main
really
character.
high-quality
I
newspaper?
mean, what?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Yeah, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Moonlight Boulevard, a Clawville story.
Huh, I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Alright,
Jeez,
time to
look at
think
that
about
guy.
getting ourselves into
That's
the
not
building.
a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in. Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
We're not on the list.
Yeah, I've,
don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
We're not on
That's
the
a
list.
shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Wow, and we didn't have to get beat up.
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but...
Present
more
police
inconvenient
badge.
for me,
Fake
sir,
police
but
badge, even.
This place doesn't like, coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any
Wow,
idea
rude.
who we are?
He's obviously
you
a
ever
goat.
read the papers?
Or maybe a sheep.
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I get the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor.
No, if he
to
was
meet
a,
you in
if he
person,
were a sheep, he'd be a
Mr.
Kiwi.
Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin.
Wow.
The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Oh my god, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen. And forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare. Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so?
Interesting.
Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Alright, let's see if Lewis has any help for us
Look,
getting
Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
in. He's
Yes,
nice,
indeed,
yes,
it
but he
seems
won't let us in,
tonight
and that's the important
We're not
part.
on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go.
Gentlemen.
Won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
sir. How'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Aworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
Naturellement, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
Oh, it wasn't that easy. Thanks, Lewis.
The jazz overwhelmed us.
And we're in.
No band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Cat. Ferret.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Fox.
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know
I
you
am a
could
wolf
read.
who sends flowers.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Oh, I can.
I'm
I
a
can.
coyote. He sends macaroni art.
I can look around.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Eh? Bird jump scare.
Hey, there's Filmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Filmar. Because that's what he calls himself.
Okay,
right?
I just caught up
You know
on the
what?
stream after you
We
said
had
you're a
some
wolf who
seriously
sends
wild
flowers, and
cases together, yes.
I
Mainly in
think that's
Iberia,
the implication
way
that you're
before
pants.
Clawville. Another place
Oh.
and another life.
Lame.
Sounds good.
I'm
Like
not.
the blurb of
Definitely
some
not a
cheap Pulp
pansy.
Fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's
I mean,
worth saying hi to.
I think he was calling you gay.
Wow. Rude.
Well, well.
Hello, Filmar.
If it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Turkey Man.
Time ago.
What a
I was
name.
young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out. Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs, angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Premium Pinot
Something like
Noir
that.
sale.
Just
I don't
don't
even
know
know
the
what I
exact
fucking
numbers yet.
signed up to
A
get
dame
these
named
alerts.
Natasha. She
Hell
called
yeah.
us here.
Red
If
wine.
I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Filmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Rat! Bird!
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
As I recall, you're always bragging about
Rats,
hiding
rats,
your
stay
shotgun
off the
in your
rat.
coat so well no one can see it.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it.
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
No,
Yeah.
no, you
Not more
two.
like
That's
stealing it.
that's a terrible
If it's
idea.
easier for you.
You're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections.
Bastards. Yoink.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know? All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
And now in my inventory. Oh.
Come to daddy, darling.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touche. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
I still don't like the way this Peregrine Falcon is looking at me. I'm pretty sure he's a Peregrine Falcon.
into your soul.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Ah, okay. The rat is Ivan.
Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler.
Ibn.
In the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great. That woman with Ibn.
Does that
I think I
Falcon
know her
even,
from
like,
somewhere.
have a voice? Can you
Maybe
talk
in
to
your
him?
Dreams,
Yes. He was the detective. He's the actual Private Eye, who we talked to a little bit earlier.
Just one more thing, Philmar.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Do you think we're walking into a trap? You always had good instincts.
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman, even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves, and don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
Welcome to the club,
They said it.
Redbird.
Take
They said it,
care,
the word.
Phil.
You too, old fart.
Okay. Time to talk to Ivan.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The roaster copper's in person.
Chicken
I thought that
police.
Peregrine Falcon would
Well,
have an
yeah,
Australian
Mr.
accent, and I'm
Wesley,
kind of
you could
sad.
say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood red paint, the usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But
matters into
I'm
his
kinda
own
busy.
hands.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired.
Attorney
If you would
General
excuse us.
Hamtaro.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Okay, let's see. People. Olivia. Currently, Ibn Wessler's assistant and escort, finding out whether there's anything other than a working relationship between Ms. Crow and Mr. Rat would prove valuable, but nothing about why Marty McChicken knows. Let's see. The Cobbler District, also known as the Hive or Roach Town, was once part of the city, but then became a walled-off ghetto where 98% of the city's insect population is forced to live. Currently, the biggest threat to the city are the riots in the Hive that have almost driven the city-state to the brink of civil war multiple times already. Great! Alright, let's see. Ask him about himself.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
I'm gonna go back and look at that again because I didn't see that. People. Olivia. Yeah, I think I just kind of totally glossed over it. For that being why Marty recognized
nice bunker
him.
you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you. Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Okay, so they're not going to give us any actual information
Has
without
your
going through the
assistant
questioning
been
portion
working
of the
for you
game.
long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wesley's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah,
Oh, I
please
guarantee you it
forgive
was
a
rude.
detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
Alright, time to question the
Wessler's a
rat.
tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Hobart Ibn Wessler. Impressions, tricky. Starting off at a disadvantage.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Sonny looks hilarious from front on.
Are we done?
All of them look hilarious from front on.
I'm sorry to hear
All of these prey animals given front-facing predator eyes. Tricky and mistrustful.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Minus points.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Time to beat around the bush.
Do you spend a lot of your time here?
That's a strange question, you know.
Humor me.
Of course I spend a lot of time here. I'm here every time Natasha performs. Sadly, it's getting rarer.
Is it compatible with your other businesses?
Huh? What? Writing threatening messages and hiding them?
I didn't say that.
You're sly for a foul, Featherland. But this ain't your territory, is it?
I guess not, Mr. Wessler. Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Quite a list.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
That was candid.
I try to be clear.
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. If you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No recent friction?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my
I
job
would like
easier.
to know.
It would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Specific and ruthless. Alright. Let's see. We'll go for the
mob
ruthless
boss
one.
and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
Human arms
simple
are a
answer would
little
work.
off. Yeah.
You know,
They color them appropriately, and on
she's
the
both connoisseur
ibex
and muse.
whose shoulders were showing, they didn't
So,
fade the fur texture
was
into
it,
the shoulder, into the
when
regular
was
human
it
skin
exactly?
You don't
for a
remember.
little while.
That's
But
strange.
Ah, yeah. The millions,
I want
of
pause,
course.
damn it.
It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend. Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger.
Paws
yet
are better than
she's
hands
still
all
going
the
out
time,
alone.
every time. You know it.
I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Questioning rank. We could have done better.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should, grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Showtime.
But right, your rank is decent cop. That means you're
fuck.
like...
That means I'm like the
Not
lowest
gonna-
rank of possible people.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby,
Sonny. Sonny.
She hypnotizes chickens.
This looks like a mid-2000s Flash animation.
It's dead.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a
Heck yeah!
cocktail?
But of course.
Neurodivergents are fake is now
We'll have a few
following.
minutes to talk, then I'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, man.
Excuse me if
we're
I'm
not that
skeptical.
easy to
Hook,
get
do you
rid
know
of.
this person?
Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
No, that would
Doesn't
obviously be
matter
someone
who
going
do
through
it.
the tags.
That's why I'm telling
Because
you.
we have, Because, yeah, ADHD's on there.
Let me see if I can do anything about that.
Time to block.
Do you have power over that? Or do I need to do it from here?
Give me a second.
Hey, I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her.
Yeah, Molly, can you get that?
She wore
Thank you.
danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely
Okay,
touching,
taken care of.
barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
On a scale of 1 to attract 7 high to URP notes on FA, what do y'all think of this painting?
Gee, that is
7 high URP.
unique picture.
I see.
And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's
Actually,
a
I'd
little
say it's,
daring. I keep it.
7,
It evokes good memories.
probably 7, oh my god, furries are
Old
disgusting.
friend of mine. A most wonderful
On DeviantArt.
Yeah, this is definitely more of a DeviantArt piece with the human skin and the human hands,
Was
and
that
just
supposed to
coincidentally a
be
cat
some
head and
kind of
tail.
compliment?
I'm sorry,
know.
DeviantArt,
I don't compliment
Deviant
often.
artist, but
Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
I do like that at least they kind of attempt to maintain the illusion of fur elsewhere.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah.
No, he's
like
got
that.
the mailroom
Well,
brain
then,
from fucking Psychonauts 2.
Come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
All right, time to question the
Natasha
cat.
is a confident woman. I can exploit that, but I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Just oozes. Oh, just
That was
oh,
a
it's
remarkable
getting
performance.
everywhere. There's just
I'm
danger
glad
all
you
over.
enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
All right, I gotta ask about the wall picture. We're doing it.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
Well, you tell me.
Oh god, just like any other furry artist, you gotta make sure they're not drawing freaking children. Oh, I hate that painting now.
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Confident, mysterious, and cold.
Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Alright.
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty. Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk. But yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well,
I
don't
can't
know
believe
about
they
that.
investigate war crimes.
Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings...
What, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna investigate it using the Fur Affinity search?
No other can replace.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Okay, this is Vorny.
Well...
That's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
As you wish, Sonny.
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well...
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if
How
you threw
does
in the
she
name
know
of
Molly?
my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was.
Yeah, how does she know
I
me?
just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her
But
in
they're
years.
still
I'm
married.
sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
You're damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
Dead? Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not
Got
at the
him.
moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Alright, how do we do? We did shit. I'm a terrible cop.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37
I can't believe
Rochester
you're a bad
Street
cop.
in Flower Town.
Ah, bad cop, a good person.
I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
I need to get a water sippy.
Okay, time for a brief break. She gave us the key to the location. Ibn obviously knows more about the stuff, and Natasha is afraid. Natasha has invited me to her weekend house to show me something. In any other situation, I would be glad about it, but in this case, I'm worried. The threat, or rather, the threatening word in the messages sent to Natasha is simply whore. Not long after the Meat War, and following the economic crisis, in 893 a fire almost destroyed the entire city of Clawville. Originated in the Ratwell district, not even the River Thames was able to stand in its way. It was a fiery hell incarnate, after which the city had to be built up again almost from scratch.
I have returned.
Welcome back. Time
Well,
to talk to
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the
the
car?
Hawk.
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
Yeah,
In
buddy,
fact,
we
yes.
talked to the cat.
She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Interesting. He gave us...
We stepped into it, didn't we?
a list of names. No immediate,
Of all that's furry. What kind
here
of
we
a
go.
list is this?
Those names. All
Oh, wait, go
top
back.
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names. All top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
We go to the weekend house, the hot dog, or the PD. I don't think the hot dog or the PD are gonna have anything interesting. Off to the weekend house with us?
Hell yeah.
Woohoo! Attractive
Well,
lady
if there's
invites
one
us to
thing
her
I
house.
learned during 20 years of detective work.
2 whole
is that
men.
If someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
Well, there's the red lettering.
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
Interesting where they're throwing in bits of color in this. This shoe is definitely...
Damn.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it when she hurried into the house.
Yeah, right. Do you think it belongs to
I
Natasha?
don't think it
no
belongs
idea.
to
Do you
Natasha.
think I measured her feet when I was in her room? Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Should we take it? Hell no. I'll buy you one if you want. This is police business. Do you mean the real cops? Do you think? I'm almost certain. My crest is tingling.
They threw in color for the shoe because it's the color of
I
pee.
have a weapon on me, or two.
Ah.
I have one. Fair point. Chicken police, hands up. Marty, that's enough.
Okay, so we got guns. We got big guns with us if we really need.
Marty,
but now it's time to
before
go
we
in.
enter, did you bring Big Bertha? Of course. She's in the trunk. It's time to get Her Majesty out. That's what I like to hear.
Fine. We literally were just here saying that this was a bad idea, but I guess we can go back.
Let's go. Hello, my beauty. Just don't point it at me. Aw, scared? Take it easy.
Take your
I swore
finger
I'm
off
not
the
gonna shoot you
trigger when
again.
you're not ready
Very
to kill
gallant of you,
something.
partner. Well, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time. I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
Pea shoe.
It's the nothing. What was that? Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here. Flashlight. I didn't bring one. Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals. Yep. But you do have a shotgun with you. We should have shotguns for this kind of deal. Is that from an old movie? No, it's an original. Figures.
Oh. Well. Dang, I liked her.
She was lying
nice.
on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful. Almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city. But in the end, its filth pulled you under.
Oh.
You know, no animal can swim in high heels. Wild gods. Fuck even. Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office. I figured. But what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see? No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it. Did she seem that kind of girl? She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress. Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it lover? This
Maybe
looks
it's about the whore
premeditated.
thing and the fact that
So far, the
and she
messages
wasn't
have
killed
appeared
here.
in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats. Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too. Kidnapped, or worse. Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are. Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly? I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you come across them. Amen to that.
Alright, let's look at the body. Yep. She's dead.
A message. Here, too. Yes, but this isn't about Deborah, and wasn't meant for her. It was meant for Natasha. Obviously. What have we gotten ourselves into, Sonny? I don't know, Marty, but let's get ourselves out of it as soon as possible. Anything interesting in there? Yeah, I think there is.
New item. Okay, let me go back and look at it. It's this thing.
SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities. But we must find out where it's from.
Interesting.
Damn. Just
Oh.
like in the adventure books. Rich animals are all insane.
Just like
You have
that.
a point.
A hidden something.
You can't be serious. Is this some kind of...
Yeah, it's a riddle, Marty.
But it doesn't make any sense. Why use something as simple as this when a 4-digit number is almost impossible?
An idle whim, or the riddle has a meaning.
Maybe. 4 animals into 4 places. What does it represent?
Think, Marty. Where did we see 4 animals holding something in their hands?
The city's crest. So I guess there was a hidden thing underneath that. It was unclear exactly where they got that from. And it doesn't appear to have put something into our inventory.
It's an exceptionally beautiful piece. What does it depict, I wonder?
I have no idea, Sonny. It's so art, I'm scared to have an opinion.
It's so art. So very art. Okay. Do I have a Codex? The City of Clawville.
Honestly, it kind of looks like someone chugged some paint and then just chucked up on a canvas.
Okay.
This must be Natasha's family.
So my idea for the code in the fireplace.
She's from the Devonian Tsar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre. But I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping secrets, and now this case? Do you think it's all connected somehow?
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty.
Okay, 4 animals in 4 places. I would think that that's the city's crest, but I don't have a good way to look at that right now.
Ironic. Oh, man. I haven't dusted...
Are the animals on the Tsar Club pamphlet, are they potential?
Molly.
That's also a
Thingies?
potential. There's like a pigeon, beaver, rhinoceros, cheetah. It's not quite how it winds up. Yeah, there's not really a matching options on these.
Nice.
Yeah.
Police person profile. Yeah, it's a good... Where's Marty? Am I allowed to just leave?
Was it one of those time-sensitive areas?
Sonny. What exactly are we doing here? Learn something from Phyllis and Roy's. Yeah, figures.
We can just leave
Honor,
and look at the police
strength,
crest.
and unity.
Pigs, ruffians, and vigilantes.
But it didn't tell us anything.
How's it going tonight, boys?
Uneventful so far, Sonny. But now that you're rolling together again, I suppose we'll have some excitement to look forward to.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theater, and, if I remember correctly, each other.
That was a complicated evening.
Aye, sure. Complicated.
Do you remember our old squad car?
That ended up in a swamp? Huh, I could never get over that. It was the best partner I ever had.
That's, good to know, boss.
Truth hurts, pal.
Never mind. I'll live with it.
There it is.
Did you ever notice how much bigger the lion and the fox are than the other animals?
You know, maybe all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Huh. So that's why our king's a fox and not a sheep or a bird, right?
It's maybe a little late, but you're starting to get it, Detective.
There we go. Codex entry. Oh, for the... Okay, so it's from top left going clockwise. Stork or maybe a heron, sheep, fox, lion. Okay. Lion and tiger are two separate entries.
What could this be? Maybe a piece of a painting.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature of the painter? Yeah, I can't make it out. It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us.
So a piece of a painting?
A piece of painting.
That's it? And what's that smear on it?
It's too illegible to be a signature. It could be anything.
Well, maybe Natasha can help us. After all, this is what she wanted to show us, isn't it?
Well, that's if we find her. She should be here by now.
True.
I'm fairly
then
certain
what's
that's
next?
something that Aussies say
How
when
about we
something
peck around
goes
town
right,
some
or
more?
like it's
We
gonna be
could do
easy,
that,
like,
but
oh yeah,
I
piece
think
of
we
cake,
should
mate.
gather what we know and try to figure out where we can go from here. Bourbon in my office?
You know what? After all this, I could use a drink.
Right answer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's this painting. This section right up here, possibly. Okay. Onwards to the hotel. Might be the newsstand. Want to distract ourselves with the newsstand, Molly?
Run that by me again?
Do you want to distract ourselves at the newsstand?
Fuck yes. I want to see the
Did we
funny.
say hi to the old beaver?
I want to see
Sure.
John Field.
Mullen is an old friend, so he certainly deserves a hello. And we do need information.
Few people know as much about Clawville as the old wood chomper. An encyclopedia in the flesh.
Yeah, he always has something.
Some sort of
Some things
beaver.
are indestructible, right?
Yeah. Mullen's kiosk's been here since I was a little chick. My old man used to drive here from the other side of town for his daily papers.
Yeah, many still do. He certainly is something.
Mullen's a wizard from a forgotten age.
Yeah, kind of.
Wood chomper.
Chandler's used to be quite a prestigious cafe. Magnificent animals had breakfast here. And in the evenings, philosophers and writers would get drunk together and argue.
Maybe the
place
painting
is
lines
now
up with
just
one
a
of the
second-hand
horror
bookshop.
pictures.
Just a shadow
It's
of
possible,
the
Cody.
myself.
And the
Like so
red,
many
the
things
squiggle was
in
in
this
red,
city.
which leads me to believe that it might
me.
be, you know, part of that word.
Now,
We're
why would a
getting
piece of
older and
painting
older.
align with a
Mullen's
picture
not
of me?
changing a bit. Where's the justice
Whole
in
picture?
that?
He's just
Wait, no, I don't get
eternal.
paid for it. I'm
Like
just a
an
slut.
ancient god or something. Or the personification of the city.
What a lovely thought. But if the city took shape, it would most likely be some kind of vermin.
Yeah, true. But that wasn't very politically correct, coming from you, pal.
Hey, you know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know, Marty. You're too good for this world.
Aw, thanks, boss.
It wasn't a compliment, Marty.
Hello,
Hey,
Beaver.
Hercule. What's up, old friend?
Hello, me lads. It's good to see you. What are you doing around here where you never see a cat go by?
We're working, Uncle Mullen, just like you. But I'm afraid we're also walking a little bit outside the law.
But it's New Year's Eve. Couldn't it wait a bit? Whatever the case is, it can't be that serious.
I'm afraid it is. Maybe you can help us with a few things. After all, you know everyone in the city.
What a compliment. But of course I'll help if I can. I know you ever since you appeared in the city. Young, fresh, full of ambition. And little Marty had been just a chick when he was already
Young,
coming here
fresh,
every day with
full
his
of
dad.
ham.
You're like me sons, so yeah.
I want to be full of
Thanks,
ham.
Uncle Mullen.
Eben's a ruthless gangster, that's for sure. But he's not bloodthirsty or stupid. You're not in danger until you're in his way. And that's not so easy to manage as the whole city's in his hands.
How come they never tried to approach you, Uncle?
What? Of course they tried. They wanted to buy the whole area and build some huge parking garage on it. Mungo and Mick, Ibben's #1 pug.
Hearing
came
young,
here
fresh, and full of
threatened me
ham is
more than
funny the
once.
second time
If I
around.
hadn't dug me heels in, the others would have sold up. The lawyers behind me, even Biff, the owner of Chandler's. But I told them, over my call.
Why is this beaver pirate?
Oh, looks like it worked.
I'm too much for them, lads. Or I'm just too famous around here to get rid of. We could say Ibben's almost almighty, but he avoids scandal like rats avoid fire.
That's a good one.
I'm a poor nobody, my lads, but my name still carries meaning.
This place has always belonged to my family. If my dead body had been found here or in the Times, it would have caused a scandal, even without any evidence. So, he usually listens to reason.
When I talked to him tonight, he seemed confused, dissolute, and impetuous to me.
That's uncharacteristic. Are you sure it was him?
Are you joking? Ibn Wessler's not usually confused with anyone else.
Of course I'm joking. Beaver humor, you know? Nobody gets it. Not even the beavers.
Good one again.
Interesting.
Hey, Martin, my lad, what's up? How's that beautiful wife of yours?
Laura's perfectly fine, thank you.
It's crazy you could grab an amazing woman like her, son. Are you blackmailing her with something?
I missed your famous beaver humor.
What are you eating? I want
just
some.
messing with your son. Anyway, you look good. You're in good shape. You look more like a turkey than a rooster, if you ask me.
Thanks.
This is priceless. Thanks, Hercule. We'll be back again soon.
Yeah, sure will.
Nice girl. She used to come
Monica
here for a while,
Rosen.
but I think she moved downtown.
Yeah, she's the poster girl for workaholism. She lives in an apartment across from the PD, but sleeps at the station, if she sleeps at all.
Some animals just race and race through the years of their life until someone stops them and makes them wind down.
Is there someone like that waiting for everyone?
Indeed there is, somewhere. Usually not where we're looking for them.
Yeah, right. How's Desiree?
What about her? She's still beautiful, and she's still my wife, and I still don't get why she hasn't left me already.
Because she's too much like you stubborn old dam builder.
You see, you're right about that, sonny boy.
And, the cubs?
Cubs? More like jumbo cubs. Johnson's a hotshot lawyer in Galadia, and Timmy also left Clawville to try his luck in Grassmore. But who could blame them?
Good move.
Ah, yeah, but they visit me often, though. They're good kids.
I know, pal. They're from a good litter.
If you say so, sonny.
You know anything about a woman named Natasha Katsenko?
Sonny boy, what have you gotten yourself into again? That lass is Ibn Wessler's protege, to put it politely. She's the crown jewel of the city. A shining new star. If you dare talk to a gal such as her, you can expect some serious lead poisoning, me boy.
Well, I suppose I should have come to you first for advice. Doesn't matter now. We're in it, Uncle. Up to our combs.
If you'll accept the advice of an old shaggy beaver, get to the end of it as quickly as you can, and try to make it out with all your feathers.
Yeah, that's the plan. But do you know anything about her? Anything, interesting?
As I've heard, Natasha is quite a mysterious lass. She came from the Stavonian Tsardom and fled to Clawville, but from what? No one knows. Some years of her life are shrouded in mystery, and that rarely means good.
You're right about that. So, that's your advice? Be careful?
At least, sonny boy. And one more thing.
What's that?
Never fall in love with a woman like her.
Thanks,
Too late.
Hercule. I wasn't planning to.
Nobody plans to, sonny. Just take care of each other, okay? And always carry a good gun in your pocket.
Oh, I always have one in every pocket, old-timer.
I know, Martin. I know.
Alright, we learned some stuff there. Time to go back to the hotel, I think.
Right, no, I
had
can't
no
believe you fell
choice
in love
but to
with a
continue
woman.
the investigation where it started.
I can't believe I fell in love with a cat.
Shady little apartment I called
Oh
home.
no!
The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it.
Which
But what
cat
could it
though?
mean?
There are so many
And why did
sexy,
Natasha
probably
keep it
villainous
secret
cat
from us?
ladies like
But most importantly,
What was
what
her
did all
name?
this
Russian
have to
Blue?
do with Deborah's death?
Russian Blue from
The
Spy
trail
Fox.
started to get cold, and so
yeah,
did
and
the air outside.
fucking
There was something unsettling in
Misfortune.
the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I
That one
prayed
lady
that
from
they
that
would bring
one
in the snowfall.
Secret of
The
Mana.
night was already painful.
What was her name?
enough.
Belladonna.
So, what are we doing here?
Trying to calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far. So, how did this whole case start?
This whole case starts with Natasha. And strange threats. And they're connected.
Yeah, the threats are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that.
Items. The strange list and
But there was
Natasha are
something
connected.
Natasha didn't speak about.
She kept it
Natasha
secret.
is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret.
Lewis
What
and
can
the
we
list?
do with this list?
I think you mean
Only
the
one
Lewis.
person who moves in circles high enough
Got him.
to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end.
Ah. Alright. We did it. Rabbit's the murderer. Case closed. Game over. We're good at this game. We're good at being
Sure about
cops.
that?
No, actually, we're terrible.
So, the card is, maybe a dead end. The piece of painting, too.
But the list Philmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar circles.
Lamar.
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis. Exactly.
Of course,
I
it's
feel like
Lewis.
there
But
could
where
be
did
a
we find
handful
the
of
bunny man?
sections we could
Well,
have gone
since he
to
owns
next
this
based on what
building, I'm
clues I
hoping
put
he's
in there.
here. It's worth a call.
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird.
It's too bad speed dial hasn't been invented yet.
Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny. I'll be over in a
Sam and Max.
Thanks, pal. I owe
Chicken
you one.
police.
Just another second.
I want chicken now, right? Will you buy me chicken nugget?
Yes.
Amazing.
Good old Rabbit. I can always rely on him. Thanks, Lewis. Again.
Oh, don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well, these names. I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
Here we go.
But these are all members of the upper class. Politicians, business people. Oh my. Even the commander of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so.
Deborah, the girl who came to me tonight.
Yes, she's a very lovely young lady.
Where did you take her after you two left?
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville? Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Luck.
Did something happen?
Nothing good, Lewis. Nothing good.
This?
The strange card.
Oh my goodness.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
Never mind. Card has come into play, so.
Have one of these.
A card? Like this? Really?
Yes. It's a membership card to a very exclusive club.
How exclusive?
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
It's the Sweltering Nile.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel, but it's not like that. It's something completely different.
Calm down.
For
Lewis.
brothel. Calling it now.
So much. It is rather embarrassing.
Listen, Lewis. How do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the third time today, I think.
Should probably ask about the rest of these.
Said to him, but after you finished, he almost immediately van disappeared.
Really? That's suspicious.
Or he had business elsewhere. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere.
I didn't see her after the show. If I'm not mistaken, she usually leaves when everyone else has already left.
What else do you know about her, Lewis?
Oh, not much. What everybody knows. She was a dancer, then a backing singer, then star, and then club owner.
We found out as much already. Do you think she'd fled the Stavonian massacre? That's why the secrecy.
Do you mean the massacre of the royal family? I'd say her accent is a dead giveaway, and her name too, though it's undoubtedly an alias.
So it's possible that she is a part of the royal
Average rabbit behavior. Are you talking about the stutter or the luxury whorehouse, Tanuki?
Awful night.
You're probably right. What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're dealing in there.
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the upper class.
Mostly, yes. The wealthy who have a taste.
Yes, of course.
Is it true what they say, that it's some kind of hidden stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species. Yes, but stronghold? I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
There's only one place left to go, and that's the brothel. You ready to go to the brothel, Hook? Hook, you there? Did I lose you?
No, you did not.
Ready? You ready to go have a good time? We're gonna have a good
Yeah,
time tonight.
let's go to the brothel.
We're gonna have a good time tonight.
We're
Also,
having
Tim
a
says the
good
season of
time,
Angela
having a
Anaconda is
good
weird.
time.
Delight. We were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes.
Admittedly, I was partially like, well, hey, I can benefit from a little bit of a lay down, and I'm going to listen to Rai play, because his voice also sort of conflicts with me having to listen to his voice twice. And then my brain was like, hey, you've lost like 10 minutes of time.
Do we talk to the receptionist, or you know what, Molly? I'm distractible. I'm not letting you have command of this. We're talking to the fox.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be
I want to
so
talk to the fox.
kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I, your mother? Do what you want, for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking Lord.
Oh my god, fuck yeah, we need to talk to the fox.
Oh no.
She's literally a foxy lady.
Oh, gotta be careful about the horny meter. Gotta be careful. Make sure we don't overdo it. Okay, we didn't explode.
Oh,
Phew.
thank you,
All right.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Oh,
Thank you, darling.
that was a
Well,
close
I
one.
know
It could have
what's
been
gonna
all
be
over for
happening
us.
to me after stream.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
May I invite you, gentlemen, for a drink, perhaps?
No, thank you. We're in a hurry.
Oh. She's what I call an exotic beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for Stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you
Oh
anymore?
no, she's
You
southern.
can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart. Yeesh. That guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing?
Tanuki, I'm glad you used the term cluck-hucked and not cock-blocked. Very glad. Oh boy. It took me a little bit to see that this snake slash lizard lady is like leaning backwards and not like has her head curled over in a weird J shape here.
Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Okay. I was pulling her leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Oh, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a
Definitely.
hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Laura.
That's...
Alright, enough staring at porn.
I
Time to
think
stare at the
she must
receptionist.
Be the receptionist.
Bravo, Mr. Detective.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that
What sort
way.
of partnership is that, though? You should be able to, like, go look at porn with
That's
your
exactly
partner
what I
and be
mean.
like, hey, you see that foxy lady in a dress in there? You want to see if she gets double teamed?
My name is Day-Night Diamond. Welcome to the sweltering Nile, gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah. We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse
This
me. you
100% gives me
misunderstand.
dialogue
She
ideas for
doesn't work
6-shooter.
here.
I'm afraid I don't
Hey
follow.
mate, how you doing?
kinda
And then
confusing,
fucking
but let me
hook
try to
down
explain.
off screen.
Please,
You're
I'm
fucking
at
hot!
your service. I'll gladly
Oh,
answer
that would
any of your
totally. Yep,
questions.
that's Hook right
Hear
there.
that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty.
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, you know, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
Right. I understand, ma'am. Do you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our
I can't.
establishment.
I
I
can't
see.
believe she just
How
let on
recognized, I may
easily the names
I
of other
can't give you any
clientele.
information
That's
about
kind of
that.
like a
House policy.
We
every
have
other.
to.
Not to
It's
say that I
called
visited
law,
any
ma'am.
brothels because I
If you have
definitely
any
haven't.
questions of
I'm
that
not.
nature, please
I'm not
come
cool
back
like
with a
that.
warrant.
Do you want to go
Okay.
visit
But
a
like,
brothel?
eh. Every other piece of media involving asking about people who've been to places like this, they're like, "Fuck you! We're not giving away our the people who work here or visit here."
Does this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No, nothing.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you. Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a membership card.
Was this person?
Oh man, I
regular
100% want to go
If
to.
this
Have you ever
belonged
been
to
to
her,
a strip
then
club
yes.
even? Because I haven't.
I can check for
No,
you.
I haven't.
Please.
I'm actually usually
The
not
ladies
for
will entertain you while you wait. I'll be right back.
not for paying
Well,
money
thank
for
you.
terrible
Much
food
obliged.
and boobs I can't touch.
Well, I mean, we could just go and be like, "Hey, hello there, dancer person. Please take this money for your entertainment." And now we're gonna go home and touch each other's boobs. I mean, you and me touch each other's boobs.
I don't even know. Good gods!
Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's very furry. Or more like, shaggy.
Time to admire the rest of the pictures in here.
That woman, she's familiar.
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
God damn it, Marty, do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Is that supposed to be a coochie or?
No, I think this is supposed to be like boobs over here and the like neckline fur down here.
These brides are elegant, just like Laszlo said.
Lewis.
Yeah, no,
What do you
Cody,
think of the old rabbit's
I
Fluffy
would love to go to a brothel
furry
one day,
ears,
but I
a
don't
raspy
like.
tongue.
Oh, for the
I
love of all
don't-
the gods, stop it.
Oh, I feel
Just
bad for objectifying
think about
people. I just want to be like,
Please
hey, this
shut
is neat.
Up, Marty.
Want some money? POV, you're holding your
Apologize for
tits.
the wait.
Oh my
Please.
god, just like in real life! Except,
No, POV, you're holding your own tits. You've got a
My
stonking pair of
mistress,
tits. Good
Madame
job.
Zavas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Zavas?
As far as I know, there's only one of her, so yes.
yeah, no, that's
Please,
what I
miss,
mean. The
take us to her.
literal
With pleasure.
POV. I held my own tits too, and I went,
Madame
it's not the
Zavas
same.
was a
These are
legend
spilling
in
out over my
Clawville.
hands.
Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy master, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
Oh, Nibblies, that's an excellent idea.
Nibblies.
Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
Crocodiles?
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
Ah, hence the name, the Sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
What a painting. Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me,
You can tell she's no
beauty
longer
is
pretty
not in
and
the
or
looks
highly sexualized by the
anymore.
fact that her gator
agree,
scales
ma'am.
go very much farther down her chest. Anything else cool in here?
I was out of the room, my headset was cutting in and out, but it perfectly picked up you saying sexualize.
You're welcome.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics. There are books here.
Slime and Punishment, Death of the Horse, 49 Years of the Reptile, One Key to the Animal Mind, 7 Pieces of My Mind, Owls Don't Blink. Doesn't look like anything else highlights. They'll probably be in the... They'll probably be for something later.
Is that the time already?
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
how observant.
I'm pretty sure it's still the same night and it's
That
past
clock isn't
midnight.
meant to show the time. It's a decoration.
They officially said it was past
memento.
midnight, way earlier in the
It's
game.
beautiful.
Indeed.
Slime and Punishment sounds like the name of a inflation sequence.
So she is the legendary.
Time to
Madame
draw it, Molly.
Zavas.
I've already got so much other shit to do!
Let me introduce myself
That's okay.
properly,
I
ma'am.
joke.
Mr. Zadino, I know who you
What
are.
if you drew it?
And I also know your
I'm
partner.
busy.
The legend of the chicken
Fuck.
police.
It's almost
is
like we're
always
both
one
adults
step
with lives to
ahead
live.
Of the chicken police.
Disgusting.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague
Belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but...
Oh my god, right! NFL legend John Madden passes away at age 85.
Man, we don't want to impose.
John Madden.
We're conducting a private investigation.
Football.
Can I get an AU in
Which
chat?
started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too.
Alright, time to ask some questions.
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so. Yes, thank you. Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Lewis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is
Does he
thrilling.
come here often?
The thrill is
Splort.
life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
We are going to have to question her further about
Do you
that
know
list.
Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce.
Fierce.
Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful.
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
The truth come
Really?
out.
I'm glad to hear it.
Marty's girlfriend is a predator. Alright. Nope, nope. Oh, go back in. Time to question the
Deceit
gator.
is everything to Zavos. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every word with a grain of salt.
Alright.
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavos? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland.
Fuck around and find
because
out.
I've been taught, I know.
And
how
it's
to
time to find out.
Always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my
Cracks
question?
knuckles into microphone,
Clever.
except they won't crack.
Well, you
Ah.
see, this is
Ooh,
one of
ow,
the
I just hurt my
typical
fingers.
elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and
You
still
want me to
making
kiss him
the
better?
questioner believe he got the answer.
Okay, but no teeth.
But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you?
What about tongue?
You're not an easy
Tongue is
one
fine.
to fool.
As long as
I'm
you're not in
trying
a
to make
cat
safe
mood for some
appearances,
reason.
ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays?
You know, Mr. Featherland, those that are genuinely dedicated never care about danger. That's something you must know even better than I.
Do you think it's my loyalty that motivates me the most? If you do, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Maybe you're not loyal to the police.
Oh,
Mr.
speaking
Featherland,
of kissing
but
your fingers
are
better,
to your own principles
you know,
and
if you happen to,
That's true, but you're
you know,
avoiding the question.
step on Lego
Why did you
or
stay in the
something.
king's employment after the scandals
I'm down.
that are
I'm down to
making
kiss
half
feet.
the
That are.
city riot? What makes you still believe so much in the institution of monarchy?
I half hoped you would say you were down to eat the
I
Lego.
always adapt, but only to a degree where I still don't have to give up myself and
No,
my
choking hazard.
ideals for the sake of survival.
This is choking hazard for
rather
people under
die
4 years old, Molly. You
Maybe it would seem too
are
dramatic or even romantic.
at
to
least a
you,
year
but
older than that.
Yes.
I have the emotional capacity of a
I'm
4-year-old.
sorry to doubt you, but I've always thought your kind was rather
Well, you definitely don't
calm.
have the choking hazard capacity of a 4-year-old. You'll be fine.
Crocodiles.
Spies, of course.
All right, I'll eat the
Oh,
Lego
she's
then.
supposed to be a crocodile. Never mind.
But there aren't many groups as loyal and unwavering as the Spies, Mr. Featherland.
If you're telling me, ma'am, I believe you.
Deceptive and a survivor.
What is the sweltering Nile? Is it really just a luxury brothel?
First of all, it's what it looks like. Luxurious relaxation with luxurious ladies and gentlemen.
And
For
gentlemen.
Wealthy ladies and gentlemen with luxurious needs.
And under the surface?
If you're insinuating that my girls are kind of spies, you're on the wrong track. On a very wrong track, to be precise.
Don't they have confidential information on almost all the wealthy bachelors of Clawville?
Bachelors? Don't be naive. Almost exclusively married men visit here.
Well, then my question is even more valid.
Of course, they know much. Many visit here who don't care about sex, Mr. Featherland. Some come here to talk. And meanwhile, they inadvertently say a lot about themselves.
Which makes them easy targets for blackmail, right?
It could, yes. But even the assumption is offensive.
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right.
Oh my
Yes.
god, I just
Good.
realized
Let's
that a
see.
ton of
The answer
people
to my
back in the
question,
day probably went to the
Natasha
whorehouse
Katsenko.
as therapy.
Well, Mr. Featherland.
Oh my god, you're
it
right.
Seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
Also,
It
this
couldn't have
lady's
been
tits are
easier.
huge.
There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret.
She
while
does have pretty
someone's
big booba.
threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages.
I want mine to be that
behind.
big.
Plus, we found the
Wait, no, I
card
want them
on
bigger.
Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant. So she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Sabas
Okay,
is a
but
true
to be fair,
survivor.
to be
Always
fair-
was. And she's proud of that, even to this day.
Fuck. Oh
Maybe I
wait,
can
no,
get
that's
her to
right.
trust
You're in
me
New Zealand, so
I
if you went
play
into
to
a
this
brothel
part of
for a
her.
brothel, then you'd end up leaving feeling cheated. Whereas if you were in the US, go in for fucking sex, come out with therapy, it'd be like a good thing.
Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night. I opened the door myself.
Was Natasha
That would
alone?
explain
Yes,
why she was
completely alone.
not willing to talk about her
Her mother was
age
flashed
for the
with an
painting.
ugly
That was
wound,
definitely
and
the
she
same
was
kind of
frozen to the
painting that they would put up in
bone,
here.
barefoot,
It was
only a
definitely like
thin night
showing
gown
off the
on top.
goils.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends. But I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from. Or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think? No.
So what I'm hearing is she's
a
allowed to get
living
away
out
with
of
it because
secrets,
she's
Mr.
neurodivergent and at the time was a
see.
minor.
Yeah. Kind of. It was that she was a minor, and that the picture was from the brothel, specifically.
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting
No,
thing.
Tanuk, I mean,
Yes,
like,
I have.
because I
Multiple
presume
times put
New
in
Zealand
my most
has
treasured
a similar
connections
sort of
to good
healthcare
use.
system to Australia where
Nobody
you can,
found
like,
anything.
go to your doctor and be
Natasha's
like,
trail
hey, my
could
life is
only
miserable,
be
and they can be
traced
like,
back to the
oh yeah,
Stavonian
here, have 10
border.
free therapy sessions.
What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me. Have you kept in touch?
Only occasionally, Mr. Featherland. She writes to me every few weeks, and very rarely we talk on the phone. But I haven't heard from her in weeks. The truth is, I've started to worry about her.
Did she give no sign of being in trouble?
Never. No. Natasha's not the kind to talk about her feelings.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself. When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavos?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes. In her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to
So
stand on
she's
it with
got
2 feet.
Ivan
I see.
with some sort of blackmail
Thank you,
instead. She's in command of him.
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly?
And the
I was
power
very
that
young.
came with that
I
had her
loved
feeling
as a
very
daughter. How would
good.
you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Okay, so that was some useful information. Lame, I'm a decent cop. Fuck.
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent.
Is
Sorry,
it,
are
is
you
it
just
boobies?
asking bad-
Is she showing
You
us
trust her?
boobies?
Not in the slightest.
I
Even
wanna
her
see boobies.
smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
Alright. Back to the books.
These books are here for a reason. They mean something.
7, 49, 1. Okay, so there's gonna be a code somewhere. 7491.
Beautiful pieces for sure. They must be worth a fortune.
Doesn't appear to be anything else on the clock.
Yes, this is the Zavos from the legends. Beautiful and deadly. Yeah. These books are here for... These books are here... Nothing interesting.
A hidden door. Who'd have thought?
So the one
She
didn't
is
have
a
anything to do with
legendary
anything. It's just
spy.
749.
Well, this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles can be solved by anyone.
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty. And the other thing is...
Maybe she wanted us to find it.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway, we're going in.
Secret
This
door.
room is not like her at all.
The other must have been for show. Marty, this is the reality. We're talking about a professional spy.
A former spy.
Still, if anyone knows how to mask her real face, it's her.
But you think this is who she really is? Cold, dark, and tiny.
And full of secrets.
Ladies of the Force, the year 872.
So the rumors are true.
Military intelligence. This dame's really something. I'm starting to think the whole brothel is just a cover.
Makes sense. You think she's still working for Royal Intelligence?
Well, based on what she told us, she's a committed royalist. So I imagine she does.
Hector III, our great and fair king.
Nice.
I feel sorry for the poor fox, to be honest.
I don't. He has it pretty good.
Would you like to live your life as a puppet? Everything you do, carefully planned. Your rule and authority, the whole thing, just for show.
Even if he is just a puppet, Clawville needs a king. He gives strength and hope to many animals.
I guess.
The Fox King.
Ah, names, numbers, dates. Oh, furry gods.
Do you think they all belong to the brothel?
Hell no. Half of it is a matter of national security.
What did we step into?
You know what? I don't care, Marty. I'm too old for conspiracies. The only thing that matters to me is to find out what the furry hell we're doing here.
And what it has to do with Natasha.
Sure.
Ugh, this place gives me the creeps.
Me too. We better get out of here before she comes back.
Somebody started typing a letter but left it unfinished.
What does it say?
Number 2947222. Report about separatist group movements.
Damn it. Don't even read that.
What? Why not?
I don't know about you, but I don't want to get caught up in the royalist-separatist conflict. What you don't know can't hurt you, right?
I can't even recognize you, boss. Where did you put your sense of adventure?
My
Probably
sense
the
of
same place
adventure
where
has
he got shot.
retired. Leave it alone.
Code definition: moon, deliver, parrot, grass, shining, angel wings, 6.
This has got to be it, Marty.
Oh.
Look at the missing page.
Oh, gods. And look at the names.
Yeah, the ladies and their guests.
Damn.
What this means, Marty, is that the most influential people in the city had been Natasha's patrons. Some even from the royal family.
This book could destabilize Clawville.
At least the Clawville we currently know.
You think this is behind everything? Somebody's blackmailing Natasha because of this?
That could easily be the case. But something still doesn't fit. That piece of a painting.
Sonny?
If there's even a small chance of...
Sonny.
What?
There's another familiar name here.
What are you talking about?
Ooh, Molly Starling.
Clucky
Your
hell,
wife.
Molly?
She was working here too.
Did you just say
My wife.
So that's why Natasha told me they'd known each other for a long
Oh,
time.
oh, I walked right into it.
I can't believe it. All those stories about her.
Oh, this hurts me.
Listen, Bossbird. Molly loved you, right? Isn't that what matters?
Marty, please shut your fucking beak right now or I'll shut it for you.
Okay, boss. I'm sorry. But...
Just shut the cluck up.
We've caught them sneaking around, Miss Diamond, you see?
I see, madam.
No, back off, ladies.
There's no need
Where did
for
you have
this.
that
We
shotgun
don't
this whole
want
time?
trouble.
No, maybe you don't. Unfortunately, trouble has found you, gentlemen.
Madam Zavos, we needed to know the connection. What this place has to do with Natasha. And my wife.
Filthy cops? He's talking gibberish. May I shoot him?
No, not yet, Miss Diamond.
I'd be very sorry to put holes in your lovely striped skin, but believe me, baby, I will. I've always wanted to know if diamonds are bulletproof.
Please, madam. It'll all be over in a second.
No. We have received different orders, Miss Diamond. Stand down.
Oh, I see. The pony does tricks on command. Well, I'm not surprised.
Oh, come on.
That's
You
enough,
don't
Marty.
have to push this
you
button.
knew who she was, didn't you? What she meant to me.
Yeah, I do.
Well, Mr. Featherland. Aren't you interested in your case anymore? No? All it took was a name from your past, and your professionalism drowned in the mud.
Stop playing games with me, Zavos. What does all this have to do with Molly?
Nothing at all. No, she was just a little bird among the many who sought refuge here.
You forced her into this.
You'd love to hear that, but until she met you, she was one of us. Just another...
You clucking...
Sonny, no!
No! Don't do it! Ow.
I think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of dream you'd want to remember. Dark and painful. Then the suffocating smoke woke me. It wasn't fried eggs, that's for sure. Where was I? What happened? That treacherous crocodile. Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
God damn it. I knew I shouldn't have gone along with this.
Shit's on fire.
I told you you could get out any time.
And you knew damn well that I wouldn't. That I would never leave you in deep shit once I've joined you. You knew it, and you still asked me to do it.
Marty, listen.
You're a selfish bastard, Sonny, and you drag everyone around you down with you. How long was it till retirement? 120 days?
121.
But you just couldn't sit still on your ass, could you? Well, take a good look around, boss bird. This is you. And this is what follows you. Just this clucking misery. And dead bodies. Do you understand? You have nothing else to offer but suffering.
Marty.
You knew all that, and yet you went along with me as soon as I asked.
I can't believe this shit. We're gonna die here on a goddamn blazing ship like roast chicken. Well, it's dramatic at least, just like you like it.
What we have here is a fucking toxic relationship.
But if you keep thrashing around
In that
like
neither
that,
of them
we're
can
gonna
really
die
take
here.
responsibility for their own actions, but especially Marty.
Work your magic.
He's
Until then,
playing
I'm gonna say all the
into
prayers I know.
pretend
You
helplessness or like learned helplessness, where if shit goes south, it's suddenly none of his responsibility. Probably not learned helplessness, but you know what I mean. This motherfucker being like, oh, I don't want responsibility for my own actions. Oh.
So what now?
Now
Yay.
we run
I didn't really even realize that was quite what they wanted me to do, but I untied it.
Or you'll die. I'm not gonna drag your fat ass to the shore if that's what you're hoping.
Well, I shouldn't have brought this many guns with me.
Throw them away then.
Never.
Wow,
Then they'll
I
drag
can't
you
believe this
down
game is
into the
teaching you
deep-
Shibari.
Nah, I don't care. I always thought your gun mania would be your undoing.
Cluck you, Sonny.
We have to survive this first.
Well, after you, boss bird.
That furry, fucking clucking gods. Damn.
Yeah.
Listen, Marty.
What?
What you said on the ship.
What about it?
You were right. I knew this would happen. Or something like it. I dragged you into this deliberately. Because I'm not enough on my own.
Sonny, cut the crap.
No, I'm serious. I knew I couldn't do this alone. I needed you to look out for me.
I don't need this, all right? Stop playing the wounded
He said the
soul.
fuck word.
I don't fucking care.
Fair enough. You're right.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking right.
I'll, shut up now.
Good.
Okay. It's 9:30 p.m. I think this is a good time. I think this is a good time or spot to call it for the night. Ugh, we've been at this almost 4 hours now. And things are getting interesting. I'm actually surprised at the quality of this so far. The furry heads on human bodies is a little weird, but otherwise, this has been actually a lot of fun. And I'm just sorry that I've had buffering and or frame rate issues this whole time.
And I apologize for being sort of in and out and fidgety.
Totally fine. But not planning on streaming on Friday because Hook is going to be